Hello friends, and welcome to the weekly catch-up on YouTube, where we bring you guys the biggest news of the week in movies and TV. And this week, there was so much news. There was some major casting news for the Lord of the Rings TV show, there was a new Morbius trailer, and Knives Out could be getting a sequel, so here we go.
Release him, or I'll cut your throat.
Hold on to your hobbits, friends. Hold on to your hobbits. Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series has officially announced 15 cast members. It's like a quinceañera. So let's take a look at what these latest casting details tell us about the series right now on the catch-up. So BT Dubs, Amazon has not finished casting for the Lord of the Rings series, which cost them a cool $250 million for the rights, but we finally know who most of the main cast is thanks to a major announcement at this month's Television Critics Association press tour. Starting with Robert Aramayo, who played a young Ned Stark in the certified fresh 6th and 7th seasons of Game of Thrones. So the good ones. Ooh, burn.
Now it ends.
The actor reportedly replaced Will Poulter, who had to back out due to scheduling conflicts. Poulter was apparently playing a lead role, with many on social media hoping that he would be a young Elrond for obvious reasons. But Aramayo's lead character has been referred to as Beldor in past reports, but nothing has been confirmed. But can we just talk about the fact that Beldor is the most Lord of the Ringsy sounding name ever?
You have only one choice.
Also, speaking of super Lord of the Ringsy sounding names, Morfydd Clark was cast in a major role from the certified fresh HBO show His Dark Materials. Now, she will reportedly portray the young version of Galadriel, who was played by Cate Blanchett in Peter Jackson's films. And this makes sense for the show's setting, which is in the Second Age, considering Galadriel is over 7,000 years old by the time the movie takes place. I guess 7,000 is the new 40.
Even the wisest cannot tell.
Another recognizable face cast in the series is Joseph Mawle. Now, you may know him as Benjen Stark from Game of Thrones, who eventually sacrificed himself to save his nephew, Jon Snow. Variety reported in October that sources say he will play a villain named Orin, though no character in the source material appears to be named Orin. And some are wondering if he could be a part of the Rangers of the North or just the Rangers, which is what Aragorn was in the movies. Just ask your nerd friends, they'll know all about it. Other notable castings include Markella Kavanagh, who back in July was said to be in talks to play a character called Tyra, another name new to Middle-earth, and Nazanin Baniati, who has played major roles on shows like Homeland and the Starz hit Counterpart, will also be a key player.
You don't know these people like I do. They don't tolerate mistakes.
So while it will be based on the fictional realm in which J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings takes place, it seems the show will be introducing plenty of new characters into that world. And the big budget fantasy series has definitely stocked up on GOT veterans, both in front of and behind the camera, which is smart because it will be competing with shows like Netflix's The Witcher, Apple TV Plus's See, and at least one new Game of Thrones prequel in the coming years, all vying to be the next great fantasy series. Not that it's a competition or anything, but it's totally a competition.
We will defeat it.
Oscar-winning director Peter Jackson has confirmed that he won't be involved in the series, but showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, along with director J.A. Bayona, who will direct the first 2 episodes, are off and running with a table read already under their belt and production beginning next month. Plus, season 2 is already greenlit, so Hobbit dog, it's gonna be fun. They made me say that.
What have I got in my pocket?
All right, friends, it's time to kick it over to you now. Are you excited about this cast, and will this show be the next king of the fantasy series? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and for all the updates from this year's TCA press tour, check out RottenTomatoes.com. It's a marvelous Morbius movie morning. Great news, the first trailer for the Morbius movie has landed, and it ends with a major bombshell that could be telling us a lot about the future of Sony and the MCU. So let's talk about our favorite dysfunctional relationship right now on the catch-up. The Morbius trailer gave us a first look at Jared Leto as genius scientist Dr. Michael Morbius, who accidentally becomes a living vampire monster while trying to create a cure for his rare blood disease. Don't you just hate when that happens? But it's the shot of Michael Keaton at the end of the trailer that has everyone talking, because you know, Michael Keaton plays Vulture, the villain from Spider-Man Homecoming, in MCU movie. Mind blown.
You're welcome.
After Venom kicked things off in 2018, Morbius will be the second film in Sony's Marvel Universe, and the thing is, Venom didn't include any references to Spider-Man at all. So if Keaton is appearing as Vulture, which has yet to be confirmed, that could be the key to linking the 2 universes together, unless of course he's just playing Birdman, and in that case, hella confusing. And considering Marvel chief Kevin Feige seemed to tease a potential crossover back when the latest deal for Spider-Man was announced, hopefully this is not a coincidence. They wouldn't do that to us, right? The trailer references both the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies and Venom, so seems like a good sign that our friendly neighborhood Tom will start popping up in the Sony movies.
Come on, man, please.
And fans of the comics know that Spider-Man and Morbius actually have some history with Blade, who is joining the MCU in Phase 4, so perhaps a Mahershala Ali appearance could be in store at some point down the line. This is getting wild. As far as how Vulture could be connected to Morbius, it might have something to do with Keaton's character heading to jail at the end of Homecoming, and this shot of Leto from the trailer wearing a prison uniform. Maybe they flew out together. That, or he's just doing an impression of Bugs Bunny.
What's up, Doc?
And if you take a look at that same shot, you'll see some Spider-Man graffiti in the background. This is confirmation that Spider-Man does exist in Sony's Marvel Universe, and the word murder could be referring to the MCU Spider-Man who we last saw being framed for murder by Mysterio at the end in Far From Home. But it's also worth pointing out that graffiti Spidey looks less like Tom Holland's version and more like the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire era Spider-Man. So who knows, maybe Maguire could make a comeback? Can you imagine?
I'm so loving this.
And speaking of the Raimi era Spider-Man films, don't forget that all this crossover business really started when J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, made his return to the world of Spider-Man at the end of Far From Home, which was one of the best jaw-dropping movie moments of 2019. And now he's rumored to be bringing J. Jonah to the Morbius film as well.
Well, let me tell you something, kid. You're no hero.
Morbius is directed by Daniel Espinosa and scheduled to be released on July 31st, with the Andy Serkis directed Venom 2 scheduled after that for October 2nd. So if Morbius does contain crossovers and the movie does well, fingers crossed, the possibilities for future crossovers are endless. And there's plenty of potential coming up with a third Tom Holland Spider-Man film in 2021, a Kraven the Hunter movie supposedly still in development, and an entire animated Spider-Verse that's just getting started with a sequel due out in 2022. Be sure to check out our episode on all things animated Spider-Verse if you haven't already.
This could literally not get any weirder. It can get weird.
Okay, now that you're officially a Spidey expert, it's time to kick it over to you now. What did you think of the end of the Morbius trailer? And would you be excited for Sony MCU crossovers? Let us know in the comments section. And for more movie news, check out RottenTomatoes.com.
I think you have something you want to tell me.
One of the best original movies of 2019, Knives Out, has a sequel in the works. And unlike the 007 movies, it looks like Daniel Craig will be coming back. So let's talk about what could go down in another round of Whodunit right now on the Ketchup. Not only is Knives Out certified fresh at 97%, it is now our official Golden Tomato Award winner for Best Reviewed Thriller Movie of 2019. So congratulations, insert applause here. The film was nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy, and at a pre-party thrown by the movie studio Lionsgate, writer-director Rian Johnson confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that he was already writing a sequel. So no time wasted there, and thank you, Ryan.
All of them lied to me.
Johnson said it will be centered around Daniel Craig's epic take on the Southern detective Benoit Blanc investigating a new case. The role of Benoit Blanc earned Craig a Golden Globe nomination, and when Ryan Seacrest asked him about it on the Globe's red carpet, Craig said he wouldn't say no to doing a sequel. So that's a yes, right? Okay, so we should point out that Lionsgate hasn't officially greenlit a sequel to Knives Out, but the surprise hit is one of the highest grossing films of 2019 that wasn't a sequel or from a franchise, so hooray for originality. Knives Out made nearly $250 million after a reported budget of just $40 million. So the cases of Detective Benoit Blanc could very well become a franchise within itself, which is great because it's really fun listening to Craig do that Southern accent, something he told us all about when we sat down with him a while back.
And I just wanted to get the accent right, so I worked on the accent. I didn't work on the script, I worked on the accent with everything. Reading the side of a cereal package, anything in the accent. And
since Daniel's wrapping up a very successful run in the Bond franchise, when No Time to Die hits theaters in April, it's the perfect time for him to step right into a new long-standing role. Maybe Knives Out can throw him like a couple of action scenes next time. And along with more Daniel Craig, we can expect another great whodunit story from Rian Johnson. The director of the certified fresh Star Wars The Last Jedi has proved that he isn't afraid to push the envelope when it comes to giving audiences what they're not expecting. As far as the rest of the cast goes, with Craig potentially on board, there's really no other characters from the first film that would need to be involved, although I'd love to see Ana de Armas come back, who also earned a Globe nom for her performance, and it's fun watching her and Craig team up together. Otherwise, the sequel will no doubt bring a whole new batch of big names and killer performances, much like we got from stars like Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Michael Shannon, and Don Johnson the first time around. And hopefully we'll get more quotable lines like,
Up your
"Oh, very nice."
Matter of fact,
And fans on social media seem excited as well, with users like Matthew on Facebook saying things like, "This is so smart, he is an instant classic character." But other people like Oscar think that they should just leave it alone. It was great as a standalone movie. The endless movie sequel debate.
I suspect foul play.
All right, friends, it's time for you to weigh in now. Are you excited for a Knives Out sequel, or do you think they should make like the Beatles and let it be? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. And for a full list of Golden Tomato winners and to vote in our fan categories, please vote. It's so much fun. Head on over to RottenTomatoes.com. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in to the Weekly Ketchup on YouTube. Make sure to tap that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes of The Ketchup. As always, I'm Naz Perez, and we'll see you guys next week.